Budapest is an amazing city, and just with all the other great stuff it has to offer, it has an amazing nightlife scene, and that includes its ruin bars.
I got Dejavu when I saw you at a table at a road spa set for two. With that look in your eye when you smile like you always do. But this time it wasn't me that was sitting there next to you, to you, to you.
What a ruin bar is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bar built into a ruined or dilapidated building. And it could be an old apartment building, it could be an old office building, it could be a big warehouse, it really doesn't matter. And these ruin bars were constructed after World War II when the country didn't have a whole lot of money but still wanted to have a good time. So the people decided to use what they had. So they would construct tables and chairs and bars with whatever materials they could find. And they built them into these abandoned and dilapidated buildings, and that's where the ruin bars come from. So on this journey, you're gonna see a number of different types of bars, but all of them kind of have this unique sort of scrappy vibe going on where there's these different materials putting it all together, and they're really, really cool, but they're all very different. There are so many ruin bars in Budapest, it's so difficult to pick just one. So I'm going to walk you through 7 of my favorite that are all really different, and there's something for everyone. So first up is Szimpla Kert.
But I'll be fine. It might take a little time, but I think that'll be the line. Then I'll say.
Now Szimpla Kert is the most famous ruin bar that I've found in Budapest. And it is a 2-story, multi-room sort of maze of a bar. It is open day and night, and they even offer Sunday brunch. This bar is just wild. You walk in and there's just stuff everywhere. You could get beer and wine and cocktails, anything you could think of, and there's even walking tours that stop at this bar just to take pictures of all the crazy rooms. But because Szimpla Kert is the most famous and the most interesting and eclectic, it gets really busy. So although it's really cool, it can be very crowded. The line to get into Szimpla Kert on the night that they have live music, which is pretty much every night, the line goes all the way down the street and around the corner. The next one we're gonna head to is Capella Plunge.
My friends, but they'll know I'm not alright. 'Cause I saw forever in your eyes, but I think of forever. I think it's out of time. It's out of time.
Which is one of my favorite ruin bars to go to. And the reason is it's got this whole kind of like beer garden feel. It's outdoors, there's hammocks, they serve beer and wine and cocktails. It's open all day long, you can lay out and enjoy the sun. And it's also open at night, and they have little lights that they string around. It's just a really cool, mellow vibe. Next up is Ellátó Kert. So if you're into Mexican food and you're craving some tacos, this is the ruin bar for you.
Think it's out of I still catch myself thinking back to you to remember how good it.
This ruin bar is decked out with Mexican-inspired decorations. There's piñatas and paintings of different Looney Tunes characters with sombreros. There's all kinds of Dia de los Muertos type art on the walls, and there's a taco bar in the back. And these tacos are really good and really cheap, and there are options of meat and vegetarian. Do note, Ellátó is only open in the evening starting around 5 o'clock. So if you head that direction during the day, you're not going to be able to get in. But Szimpla Kert and Capella Kert are both on that same street. So if you want to hang out in the day and grab a beer and enjoy the sun, go there. And then head to Ellátó for tacos and margaritas that night. Next up, we have Rácskert.
Now I see him in your pictures and it gets me overwhelmed. But if you ask me how I'm doing, I would say
which is something kind of similar to Capella Kert in that it's outside and has sort of a beer garden vibe. The difference is Rácskert does sort of a beer garden and food truck kind of thing. The food trucks are all vegan, so they're calling it the vegan garden. So you can go in and you can pick anything like vegan desserts, burgers, hot dogs. They have vegan everything. They even have a vegan Mexican stand, which I tried the enchiladas. They're so good. They have these really cool, like long lights that flash different colors. It just has another really cool mellow vibe. Next up is Capella Plunge.
I'm doing well, but I'd be lying. It might take a
Capella Plunge has an underwater sort of theme going on, so if you're looking for something a little different, this is a good place to stop by. You have jellyfish lights hanging from the ceiling. The entire bar is like nautical themed, lots of different cocktails to choose from, and they even have portholes along the entrance, so you really feel like you're heading into a submarine or a ship, and then you get to just hang out in this really cool undersea vibe type restaurant. The next ruin bar is for the foodies. This one is Mazel Tov, which is Hebrew for congratulations or good luck.
Little time, but I say I'm doing fine. That's what I'd say to my friends, but they'll know I'm not alright. Cause I saw forever in your eyes, but I think of forever.
And this ruin bar is more in the restaurant style, and it is beautifully decorated with twinkly lights and vines growing everywhere, and it has some of the best food in the city. You can see we did this massive plate of everything on the menu. They have shakshuka and hummus and salads and big meat dishes and big vegetarian dishes and literally everything you could ever think of with really good cocktails. I've actually eaten a Mazel Tov like 4 or 5 times since I've been here. I can't get enough of this place, and it's so pretty. Now this one is for the night owls.
I think it's out of time. It's out of time. Think it's out.
Fogas and Instant used to be 2 separate ruin bars built into these big empty warehouses, and they realized that they could just combine them through a stairwell. So this massive nightclub style ruin bar is a maze of rooms, and they have everything that you could ever want, whether you're into house or trance or country or folk. They have a room for everything. It's wild though, it's such a maze because one room leads to the next, leads to the next, leads to the next. It just keeps going. You could easily get lost in there. You can go downstairs to Robot, which is another one of their sub rooms. And there's the techno room, which is like a cave with like flashing lights everywhere and everyone's just dancing. There's pool, there's foosball. Fogas Instant is more of the style of club you go to when you want a night out. You can easily stay there until 4, 5, even 6 in the morning. I honestly couldn't tell you which one is my favorite. They're all so different. So it just depends on what mood you're in. If you're looking for a beer garden style vibe, if you're looking for a wild night out, or if you're looking for a really nice sit down dinner, but whatever you're in the mood for, just pick a ruin bar off this guide and head out, because I know you're gonna have a great time. So like I said, Budapest has so many different ruin bars to choose from, and there's definitely one for every taste. So next time you're in Budapest, or if you can ever make it to Budapest, you absolutely have to come visit some of these ruin bars. It's a once in a lifetime thing, and it's definitely worth it. So that'll do it, guys, on my guide to the ruin bars of Budapest. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. And make sure you're subscribed because I have a lot more coming. I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's out of time. Think it's out of